In July, I found out my husband was cheating with a non-Muslim woman. I found out by going through his phone. It made me feel so worthless because I've been nothing but a good wife to my husband and done everything he asks of me, seeing that I am a stay-at-home wife. A week later, I found out I had herpes too, and I was told I recently contracted it. However, I have no symptoms.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another week with us. We are one episode away from making it to 50 episodes, which is a huge milestone.
Right?
It is a huge milestone. Happy Independence, guys.
Happy Independence 60 second.
60-second. Yep. Happy Independence, Sherain and Tobago. When this episode drops, it's gonna be my birthday.
Happy birthday!
And
What song you want me to sing? Happy birthday to you.
and also that would also mark 1 month from Happy Hour with SnL turning 1.
It's our birthday, guys.
It's our birthday, guys.
That time flew.
So quickly.
I think people say time just fly when you're having fun, so
We're having fun. Today we switch it up a little bit. I am actually the riddler today.
oh my god, let me see if I could guess these answers.
So, I have keys, but no locks. I have space, but no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I?
I have keys.
I have keys, but no locks. I have space, but no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I?
But I can't go outside.
Mm-hmm.
I have keys, but no locks. What do you ask? What this could be?
What could it be? What could it be?
I have keys,
Mm-hmm.
but no locks.
Keys.
Oh my god, I want a clue. Can I call someone?
You want a clue?
Oh, a piano and a keyboard.
Yes, a keyboard. A keyboard. I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, and I can't drown. What am I?
Why the hell I get these? I don't have a mouth, but I could drown.
Mm-hmm.
A sponge. I don't know.
A fire.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
I have branches, but no fruit, trunk, or leaves. What am I? This one kind of easy. At least I think so.
I have no fruits. I have no
I have-
branches.
I have branches,
Right.
but no fruit, trunk, or leaves. What am I?
I suck at this, don't I?
I'm gonna say it again. I have branches, but no fruit, trunk, or leaves.
A bank.
Correct.
Serious?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I was thinking First Citizens Bank. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
The person who makes it sells it. The person who buys it never uses it. The person who uses it never knows they're using it. What is it?
Using it, sell it.
The
Use it,
person
use
who
it.
makes it sells it. The person who buys it never uses it. The person who uses it never knows they're using it. What is it?
Drugs.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't.
Incorrect. A coffin.
Oh shit, we going very
Morbid.
very like. How did we reach there?
What four-letter word can be written forward, backward, or upside down and can still be read from left to right?
Four-letter word. Four-letter word.
There's a word here, but I
Don't tell me.
feel as though there are others. But this is...
Four-letter word. That could be read from left to right, then right to left. No.
We're just...
No, I'm not saying what I just...
Noon. N-O-O-N. Noon.
For real, though.
Last one.
No, you have me thinking of others, though.
I feel as though there are others, but that one is like the most easy one I could see.
The most common one.
Common one, yeah. I start with P and end with O-R-N. And I'm really popular in the movies. What am I?
Popcorn.
Yeah.
But I was thinking porn, though.
Corrector. That's it for riddles. You did way better than I did.
What? No, I struggled. Like noon? Did you all get that? Did you all get that?
Oh my god, guys. So last week we had Shandy and we were discussing like them bringing out new flavors, and Laurel went and got them for us to try out. So I don't know, which one are we trying first?
I don't know. I like timbre naturally, so like I don't know if I want to try the colada first and then try the timbre after.
Okay,
To keep that taste in my mouth.
let's do that.
Like I've been saying, like Shandy, please make passion fruit already. Like, God, you're all waiting until next year.
You're drinking out your water?
Okay, okay, no, pop. All right. Okay, let us taste together.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's a mild, I find it's a mild colada taste, that pineapple. It's not like a strong.
I feel as though like it could pass as like a white wine. A very light wine.
Guys, what is the normal percentage of Shandy? Because I'm seeing a 0.9 and I can't remember it was 0.9. Wasn't it like 1.2?
I don't know.
I feel as it was 1.2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm drinking it. I'm like, where's the alcohol? But it's a Shandy, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nothing has. Well, that hasn't beat sorrel for me.
Yeah,
But it's not something that I won't take. So far,
I feel as though like when you go to the lime, anybody there's like you want a Shandy and you just be like, sorry.
sorrel. Sorrel always finishes first.
But I don't mind this. I think I might choose this over the ginger though.
Okay, I'll choose ginger. over this.
Really? Nah, choose this. I'll choose this. So afterwards, you'll test the timbre.
All right, so we're going into sips and spills.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's going first? Are you going first?
Yes.
Okay.
For all those who don't know, the Sips and Spills group chat is where you all send in your dilemmas to us through our DMs, either Instagram or TikTok, and we share them with you.
And of course, all your dilemmas will remain anonymous. Have no fear.
Yes, our lips and eyes are sealed with regards to the sender.
And this is a gentle reminder that we are not licensed therapists,
Nor are we licensed psychiatrists.
we're just two girls enjoying chatting and discussing everything and anything.
Don't take anything we say to heart. We're just sharing our thoughts and our views.
However, if we do see any dilemmas that need professional help,
We would send you all the details to a licensed professional locally, and for our foreign listeners, we would surely send you all a link to an online professional.
okay, so I am up, indecisive, and I'm writing this with tears in my eyes. I need your honest advice together with your viewers. I am Muslim, I am 22 years, and I have been married for 1 year so far. I have no kids, but my husband has 3 beautiful sons I've grown to love. In July, I found out my husband was cheating with a non-Muslim woman. I found out by going through his phone. It made me feel so worthless because I've been nothing but a good wife to my husband and done everything he asks of me, seeing that I am a stay-at-home wife. A week later, I found out I had herpes too, and I was told I recently contracted it. However, I have no symptoms. I only tested because of the infidelity. My husband has recently remarried the same woman who brought the sickness and is saying we all have it now, so why not stay together? I am torn now because I feel like my life is ruined. How can he marry someone who did this to us? And now that I have this, would any other man want me? Do I stay because who would want a woman with this disease? Or do I leave and live with the fact that no man will ever accept me and I may just die alone? Boy. Whew, that's a tough one. Take it away, Sherain. Take it away. Take it away while I sip on my colada shandy.
Telling ya. You won't let me out. Every week I have to sing that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Someone who is more educated on the topic, you all could correct me if I'm wrong. When is it that in that faith the wife has to be okay with the marriage?
Okay, so within the Muslim faith, once you are legally married, so I believe they call it niqab, right? Once you're legally married, the first wife has the say of whether or not the husband can or cannot have a second wife. Once she allows that, he has to be able to maintain and provide the same, both of them equally. Right? In this situation where he cheated and then married the girl, I'm assuming that the first wife didn't really have a say in terms of, and I don't think that you could do that. I don't think because, no, I'm assuming, right? So I don't know if she would eventually reach out to us again, but I am assuming that he did not get married within the Muslim faith the second time around, because she said that if the person is not a Muslim. Because I am assuming again that once...
But sometimes I hear stories where they say, yeah, they are married, but it's not like in the red house or...
Right, so therefore they probably weren't legally married.
they were
Oh.
married in the faith.
No, they can't, because then the imam, you'll have to go, like, she could, like, okay, if he got married to her under the Muslim rights, the second wife, that is, I think the first wife could report it to the board. Yeah,
Which board?
to the Muslim board. Yeah.
Herpes.
So that is a tough one. She's 22 and you're 22 and you're young.
3 kids.
He have kids from before. Yeah, so clearly he's probably an older guy. And married this nice young girl and then decide to cheat on her and then get married to somebody else unknown to her. I find that so unfair. I feel as though she's asking for advice, and honestly, I don't like to promote divorce. I really, really don't. But under these circumstances, I feel as though like you should just leave, because it shows a blatant disrespect. The cheating, then marrying somebody who caused this sickness, and then saying that, okay, well, we all have it and we could just stay together now. That's not fair to her. Now, you're saying that you have no symptoms. I think that also in the Muslim faith, they provide counseling. I think you should get counseling from
Definitely
one of the sisters. Even the imam who married you all, you can see counseling there. I don't know what he would advise you, if he would advise you to stay or not. But like for me, I just feel as though it's too much disrespect. I don't think that you should necessarily worry about dying alone. Once you are open with your future partners and let them know and practice safe sex or whatever, I think that you should be good. But it's very disappointing because you're not married, you're not expecting. Okay, I shouldn't say shouldn't expect this, but jeez, it's unfair.
I think we were talking about this earlier, that you never actually know someone. You only know somebody, what they show you. You never know.
And I'm also assuming that she was a virgin, because if you're saying that it was recently contracted and they only married a year, therefore he probably was the only person that she would have been with. And that, how you can marry the girl? Take it away. I have nothing else to say. I'm very disappointed. I feel as though the only other decision you can do is divorce. That's how I'm looking at it. I don't know how you could come back from this sort of deception. Like, take it away, Sherain, because I have nothing else to say.
I don't deal well with
Infidelity.
Infidelity, one. But I'm not familiar with the faith. I am not someone who believes in sharing my husband. No. So that will never be a thing that would be accepted for me. That is a deal breaker. Sorry? No. But I get that your faith, the faith you're in, I understand. I have to choose my words wisely.
What are you trying to say?
I can't say what I really, really want to say in my heart of hearts here, no.
Oh my word.
But you see that illness thing? I personally find that should be a charge.
Yeah.
I personally find that should be a charge under attempted murder.
Well, that's provided everybody knew about it. That's provided that the outside woman knew about it. That's provided that he knew about it. And then you could charge him because then...
Well, he's saying that everybody have it now,
Because what I'm assuming is that when the first wife went and told him, here's what, I have herpes, and then he probably... this is how I'm looking at it. Because I just don't want to believe that you knowingly expose... Then again, we had a story from last week where...
Miss Lady, people are wicked. I do not want... I think I would be living in a fairy tale land to sit down and think that somebody wouldn't come and
I don't want
willingly...
to think like that. I feel as though once you start thinking like that, you're going to have walls, you're going to be guarded against the people that you're supposed to be able to trust. And I don't want to be thinking like that. I want to believe that I am able to believe my partner. At least be able to trust him with my health.
After all these stories
these stories, I would like to hope that the partner that I have, I'll be able to hands down put trust in him.
You would like to hands down put trust in him. That's it? Well, I mean, that's what relationships are. However, as much as I would love to think like that. I would love to be that way. I would love to take those guards down. But you see, I just watch too much crime shows. I just watch too much true crime. I just watch too much of it. Too much. And then these stories here, it do get better. Every week we sit here, y'all are...
Guys, I kind of hate these cheating stories. Like, oh my God, it's such a trigger for me because like initially when we started, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do cheating stories. And then like the more and more is like, oh God, so everybody cheating on everybody. They have nobody out here being faithful. Like I would like to hear like a little faithful story, like a nice story. But in this situation, I
don't do it well with anybody bringing cheating is one thing. Bringing something with you cheating, chill.
I would like to hear what the imam have to say because I know in their religion they push for marriage. It's something that they push and very young, very early. I don't know if you notice this. Most of the times they don't date very long. So in other religions, you tend to date and you meet people, whatever.
Isn't that because it's more arranged?
Not necessarily. Even situations where they see somebody that they are interested in, they do not date long. They don't date long for probably month 2. By the second month, they already asking for their hand in marriage, asking for permission to marry the daughter or the bride. So it's very sad that she has to go through this. Oh my God, viewers, what do you think? Do you think that she should divorce, or you think she should try to work it out?
What?
Forgiveness.
You see, that's a thing.
Now, if she was the one stepping out, it would have been madness. Like he would have been gone long time, but stay together.
So it's so ironic that was actually a story. I cannot wait for reaction time because I have a video that after this topic, we really need to see that. And I agree with it 100%.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway, guys, if you have any advice for her, send it our way. Because
I keep thinking about it because I feel as though she also needs to, if she doesn't want to go and talk to the imam or the sisters, like she should seek some sort of counseling because I'm sure she's going through
I don't know, like,
the most right now.
I consider that attempted murder. So, for me personally,
Well, it's not murder with herpes per se. Herpes 2 is the genital, right? And herpes 1 is cold sores. And yes, just clearing that. And people don't die from herpes. But yes,
Right.
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
It could have been something else. It could have been
her
something
love
more
life is
serious
dead if
as
she
AIDS.
walks away. Her love life is dead.
Not
So-
necessarily. If you watch social media, there are a
True,
lot of
true,
people
true.
who
But it's
have
more challenging.
herpes. Yeah, because it's something that you don't want to be like, oh, well, I have herpes. And, you know, you go about saying, well, I have herpes. I have herpes. You know, it's something that you might be embarrassed or ashamed of or whatever. But there is life after herpes. It's not like, oh, that's it.
There's life
You now
with
have
herpes,
to, yes,
not
it
after.
is, it's going to be something that's permanent with you.
Right.
And
But if you are married, again, you have good health, you are expecting to not have any
right.
happiness living with something, unless it's something like, God forbid, cancer or something. But so, probably I too harsh.
You know, funny enough, I was talking to one of my coworkers who's also Muslim. This was like a while back, and he also too married very early. And I actually admired it to a point. Now there are a lot of pros and cons, but I
Like
feel as though
anything.
but I feel as though one of the pros that I was looking at was the fact that you kind of take away from having traumas because, like, you know, you have different relationships with different people, and sometimes from those relationships unfortunately we carry trauma, a little bit of trauma from the last relationship into the new one. Yes, we need to heal before we move on, but yes, we still have triggers, we still have that trauma. But I feel as though when you marry early and you grow with this person, it reduces that. That's how I was looking at it. And then for this situation, I'm like, I keep going back to the fact that she's so young, and it's like,
as though, like, we could. Yes, I understand why we look at it as traumas, but it also is experiences that we went through, and we learn from them, and certain things you look out for. Because
Right.
I don't want to believe that someone will see something, experience something, and then want to go and. Although there are people that repeat the same thing over.
well, I guess
and
when you
over.
don't heal, I think that's when you make the same mistakes.
Right? But especially like in her scenario here, like, because she didn't experience anything else, how would she know what to look out for? It's like, I feel as though some cases, it may not be all, and I'm not specifying it to one faith. I'm not specifying it's a faith at all. In certain scenarios, the reasons is because you could take advantage of the person's naivety.
Well,
You
in
can
this
pull
case, I
wool
could see that
over
happening.
People's eyes, which I find like, okay.
Yeah.
This topic pissing me off.
Yeah. Viewers, take it away.
Yeah, you all take it away. Take it away. Moving on.
Yes, girl.
All right, so we have another sender. Good day to everyone. I have a dilemma where I am in a 1-year relationship. We are Christians and have set boundaries concerning sex and saving ourselves for marriage. My female partner and I have openly discussed the subject of masturbation, and although she admitted to have done it several times before, she's not pleased with me doing it while we are in our relationship. She claims I'm being spiritually unfaithful, and it will impact our intimate lives when the time comes. Mind you, I do not indulge pornographic materials to help me out. Is she valid about her remarks, or do I have the right to practice my solo? I like how they say that. The right to practice my solo routine when I'm feeling the urges. I think it's unfair that she did it, but you can't.
Is it that she did it and then she did it previously and then stopped? Is it that I want to know more? Is it that she's a virgin and just masturbates? Is it that he is not a virgin and therefore his urges are stronger?
That's a good way to look at it too.
Yeah. So like, I'm assuming, because we don't know all. So I'm assuming that maybe she has masturbated in the past and she was not proud of it. People in the Christian faith knew, well, they like to, not like, but it's frowned upon sex before marriage, right? We all know that, as well as masturbation, right? So is it that she wants to maintain that pureness until marriage? Maybe she regrets what she did, and the fact that he's doing it is now, in a sense, defeating the whole pureness that they're trying to maintain. Now, if that's the case, I could understand where she's coming from, because if we're practicing no sex before marriage, it's supposed to be nothing. Be just nothing. It's going to be hard, especially if he has already had sex. Oh my God, those urges are going to be strong.
Strong, yeah.
So,
yeah, but the thing
how
about
I see it is valid.
When you I understand that. However, when you've done it and you fessed up to it, that was your decision to stop. Probably they fessed up to each other. She decided to stop, but did they have a next conversation stating that, the both of them should stop now? Because just because you stop pleasure in yourself, because you feel guilty, if that's what we're going by.
Oof. And then how long away marriage is? Like, because if it is that it's 1 year.
I actually like that they
decided to wait.
Yeah. I think it's really nice and refreshing, taking into consideration the dating world now. I think it's too much sex, less relationships, way less marriages. What?
Nothing. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
No, I'm being honest. It's too much sex.
I agree with you, but
within situationships, like frivolous relationships, and
so you're not gonna test the ride before.
I said situationships.
Okay,
I said there's more sex than relationships.
Okay,
and way more than marriages.
Okay, I could agree with that, but for me, I will not be waiting.
No, I'm not saying that it should be for us. I'm just saying it is refreshing, taking into consideration the amount of just...
I admire them as well.
Yeah.
I admire them. But I still say that she's valid, and I feel as though if you all have agreed upon this, you need to stop. You need... What was the last thing he said?
Is she valid about her remarks, or do I have the right to practice my solo routine when I'm feeling the
yes, stop your solo routine. That is what you should do. Because you're all in this together. I think not one person struggling at the next one. Good.
Yeah, I think you all should revisit the topic and start over if that's the case. Because one already break.
Yeah.
One break already. And the break was her.
And listen, it's very deceitful to go behind her back and do it in the shower or wherever the hell it is do it. That's very deceitful. So, yeah. Control your urges. It might be worth it in the long run.
Oh, she'll know.
Hello.
She gonna check spoon back.
No, but still, that would be very deceitful.
Yeah, it will be, I guess. That was
Pour me some shandy colada.
Shandy.
Please and thank you.
No problem.
Okay, guys, we're going on to...
Some reactions.
Oh, be doing some reactions now. Okay.
Yeah, I have some reactions. So remember, I was saying that I have a video here that would kind of talk about like
The first story.
Right.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never seen a man that has been asked to endure a bad wife. As soon as a man has a bad wife or he starts complaining about his bad wife, the first thing he's asked to do is leave that woman and marry another woman. Nobody is asking him to pray for his wife. Nobody is asking him to fast for his wife. Nobody is asking him to wait for his wife to change. Nobody is asking him to be patient with his wife. But when a woman marries a bad man, suddenly everybody has an advice for her. Everybody is telling her. In church, they are telling her to pray. In the home, they are telling her to be patient. Everywhere on the internet, they are telling her, bring out your feminine energy. He needs your feminine energy. You need to calm him down. You need to endure. You need to be patient. Why is it that we associate suffering, patience, endurance, long suffering with the female gender? Why can't men also endure cheating wives? Why can't men also endure bad wives? Why is it that the responsibility of endurance is always on the women? And the worst part is the people that will tell you to endure the most are women like you.
Yep. So I have a huge issue with that. I've had several conversations. Like I think we had a story. I can't remember the story exactly, and you were talking about like how it have people who just wait years and years until this man to change, and I was in total disagreement with it. I think,
Yeah.
and I find she spoke facts. Like we hear it often, like if the woman cheating on the man, gone. But I liked how she went into depth, as in like the background of where that concept comes from, because I find as though like you want us to be soft, you want us to be, you know, I guess very, very demure, very mindful. So why do we have to take up the mantle of that emotional baggage and wait and endure, go through pain while you do whatever, just over the basis of the community will say, stay with your husband. You know, he'll cheat. Pray. I guess it depends on how you look at it, because I mean, I'm not here for divorce. I don't think that, you know, we should push divorce. I think depending on the issue, certain things can be dealt with through communication, patience, and compromise. Certain things. I guess depending on your partner, when you are entering, I'm talking about marriage here. When you enter in marriage, I think everybody has their deal breakers, I guess. And why I'm saying that is because I've heard of people saying in their premarital counseling, that's something that is asked. What are your deal breakers? And if before you walk down that aisle, you say, I do, to that partner, you already have the knowledge of what the deal breakers are. So if I go back on my deal breaker and I don't even have respect for myself, at least that's something I am looking at, right? I have no respect for myself because I just saying, oh, willy-nilly, or he only cheat once.
For better or for worse.
I mean, for better or for worse, but when it comes to my health, what do you mean? It was for better or for worse, but not for better or for death. It wasn't for that. It didn't include you go outside. And this whole narrative of man make mistakes. What you forget to cross the T in your signature?
Yeah.
That's a mistake? No. Sometimes the mistakes are life-changing, detrimental mistakes. And it just, okay. No, not for me. The same way,
Men
you see
egos
a lot.
too big to tolerate those kind of things. As soon as they have to deal with a woman that's cheating on them,
That
their
is
ego
so
is-
nice that you
This
know
ego-
this and they know that their egos are too big.
Yeah,
The thing
or-
about it is, my ego too big too.
as well
My
as,
ego too big too. So don't feel you could do that and I wouldn't have the same reaction to you. My ego is too big.
and men know their value, you know. They know their value.
So do I. So don't sit down there and feel as though you alone know your value. And women have to know their value too. You have to know your value too. I just find like you need to know your worth. Like you need to act your worth. You need to believe. First and foremost, you need to believe your worth. I think too, I think I mentioned this as well. I think a lot of people are in relationships just for the sake of being in a relationship. And I think you should be in a relationship. I think that everybody wants a soulmate who they could find companionship in as well. I think love is lovely. I think you should want that. Like who wouldn't want that? Right? But I also think that if you in a relationship and like it have certain people that in relationships, like you hear ever so often in relationships, you know this shit, you see this shit blasted all over that they have to endure, and they will look at a single person and say, at least I have a man.
People say this. People say this.
Yeah. You see a lot of stories on the internet. And I'm like, your man that cheating on you.
Yikes! I
your
didn't
sister?
know that's how they feel.
And your best friend? That man?
I didn't know that's how they feel.
Like some women, not all. But once you know your worth, you will know that the person who is meant to be with you is not going to hurt you in any which way with intent.
Right.
I do not believe cheating is a mistake. It's a choice. You chose to make arrangements to meet this person. You chose to go in a bathroom stall with this person.
You know,
That is a choice.
You know, they just have these memes online, and they're like showing like a mistake, or you accidentally swipe your card somewhere, and they show like you start off like slipping on a banana or something, and then they turn and all of a sudden they swipe the card. That's not how cheating works.
That's not how cheating works.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
So
not
don't
like
come
just
to me
because.
and tell me, oh, you made a mistake. You didn't. You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. You made a choice.
All when you was enjoying it, you was
you
choosing
made a
that.
you chose that. Don't come and say, oh, you want peace. You want a woman to give you peace. A woman is a multiplier. If you give her hell, she's going to give you hell and havoc. so come on, be so for real.
I said, yeah, boy.
Yeah, you feel that we don't want peace. That hell, I could speak for myself. That's all I want. PEACE, and I don't want any. I have peace. I have peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. If I am not willing to allow anyone to ruffle that peace, it's either you're adding to the peace, but you're not taking away.
And that's how you would know if it's for you, if you realize that you can't you're not settled, it's always turmoil, it's always some sort of disruption, always an issue. You realize, yes, maybe you love him, he love you or whatever, but it's not for you.
It's not for you, yeah. Nothing is wrong with trying again.
So this family encased their deceased grandmother's body in resin and used it as a coffee table. Now hear me out. Beetlejuice. Because that's who I'm calling. Y'all made her miss a ticket up out of here because y'all want to keep something that don't belong to you. The corpse belong to the afterlife, the underworld, the man with the stick. Please don't invite somebody like me to your house if you got your nana as your coffee table. But what I'm going to do is put the coffee down. Because what they do with the granddaddy? Make coffee beans?
And it's the position she in. Like why is she like this?
Is she?
That is weird. It is weird.
Where's her legs?
I don't even want to think about it.
Where is her legs? Why did do this?
Like,
talking about Beetlejuice, did you all know that there's gonna be another Beetlejuice?
serious?
Yes, I cannot wait. It's coming out.
Did not know this.
September. You all know it's Halloween month.
I'm surprised they didn't put it in October though.
Well, I guess not everything could come out in October.
Right.
So I feel as though like it may be later September, or it could be mid-September, who knows. But I will be watching that show. That is one of my favorite shows. Movies. Y'all know I'm a TV junkie, so yeah. I think Halloween movies are some of my favorites to watch. Halloween movies, or like,
you know what show I had like?
what?
Which was weird, was I can't remember the name of it, but it was with Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday itself. That was the name of it. And
Wasn't
they had, was it only
on Netflix?
Yeah.
The actress,
Can't
the
wait
actress
for it to come
me
back
too.
out.
The actress in that is actually she's acting in Beetlejuice. Yeah, the name of it is Wednesday. I loved it.
Yeah.
From Adam's Family. Oh, loved it. Good production.
Good acting. Like, she was spot on.
Top tier.
I don't know
She
how
was
she
really
did
good.
it. Like,
She's really good. She's really good. So, seeing her in that field, I feel as though she'll do really well in Beetlejuice as well.
yeah, I think so too.
She'll do really good in Beetlejuice as well. We're moving into the Saga.
Yes. Okay, so my husband, 32-year-old male, won't let me, 28-year-old female, sleep for the purpose of control. I rarely sleep past 7 a.m., even if I stay up late. My husband occasionally experiments with different sleep schedules and values minimal sleep, which is his choice. However, he wakes up hours before me and then often wakes me up at 6:30 a.m. And if I am upset, he comes back 15 to 30 minutes later and essentially wake me up a second time. On weekends, he gets frustrated if I stay in bed on my phone after waking. Even though I'm awake and out of my bed by 8 a.m., despite years of telling him not to wake me, he continues, justifying it by saying he wants to say good morning before leaving. But he often pulls the covers off if I am awake on my phone and insists I get out of bed. I'm only trying to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. not oversleeping. Please note this is not constant occurrence, and yes, I express my anger and frustration when being woken.
It is not a constant thing.
Yeah. But
Not?
I guess she said not. She said not. It's not. But I guess it's irritating enough for her to even write it.
I think I could speak for you, and for me, don't fuck with us.
Yeah. See, like when you wake, especially if you wake me up badly, that affects my whole mood for the day.
See.
And then I tend to wake up with a headache depending on how you wake me up. So, yeah, be careful. Be careful. Like, I find that real annoying though, because why you harassing her? No, it's one thing. No, I would love for my partner to come and say, here's what I'm leaving, and give you a kiss or whatever. You don't have to. I don't have to be. My eyes don't have to be open wide. The blanket off, the lights on, for you to say goodbye.
Come and rub your shoulder or.
No, I want a kiss.
Well,
A
yeah,
kiss.
rub your shoulder.
A kiss on my forehead.
Come, you could give her a kiss on the shoulder, a kiss on the cheek, even a kiss on the lip.
And tell me that, when you're going to work, and I say, get to work safely, and you're on your way. But what are you waking me up for? And those weekends, you might want to sleep in late, especially Sunday. Like,
imagine you waking up early, 4 o'clock every morning to go up the highway in the traffic, and on your weekend is a day to sleep, and he is.
yeah, that would be irritating to me.
I must be mad. Must be mad.
That would be very irritating
That
to
is
me.
irritating. I could understand why it would be irritating, but I think communication, and you need to put your foot down with him, and that's
Well, she said that she expressed her anger and frustration, so clearly he does not care.
yeah, he just okay.
And then there's nothing to say you could do him back. I would have do it back. But the thing
setting
is,
my alarm in the middle of the night. Beep, 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 beep,
yeah, but the
beep,
thing
beep.
about it is
And then like 2 o'clock in the morning, I rough and it's time to wake up. I could be sleepy, but to get the point, I have time. And I'll be coming in pots and pans. Time to wake up.
I don't know if that would necessarily work on him, because she said that he
At 2 o'clock
occasionally
in the morning?
experiments with different sleep schedules.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
You mean as soon as he go to sleep?
Yeah.
Give him
2 o'clock
that.
in the-
Give
as
him that
soon as you know you-
45 minutes when he sleep hit nice.
Hits in. It's time to get up.
Like, poor girl, because I would have been pissed,
Yeah, me too.
pistified.
All right. Am I the asshole for encouraging my daughter not to watch her cousin or clean up his mess? Whenever
Okay.
my sister Lynn goes to any family event, she never watches her own kids and expects everyone else to, including my own children, who have complained about it. She will leave the room with the toddler that acts like a wild animal. I told my children, 10 and 13, not to be duped into watching that brat. My 13-year-old daughter left the room when my sister left her alone with her kid to gossip with my mom. My daughter got up and left. Lynn's toddlers pulled all the food off the tablecloth and spilled the red pasta sauce all over my mom's carpet. The kids were screaming, and Lynn started to yell at my daughter when I told Lynn it was her responsibility to watch her own fucking kids.
Right.
Lynn said she thought my daughter was watching the baby. I asked her, did you ask my daughter to? Lynn said she thought my daughter was smart enough to watch kids if they were alone with them. My daughter said maybe Lynn should be smarter next time she thinks of having kids that she can't control to watch. Small girl. Mouth spicy.
Yeah. I like her.
Lynn said she thought my daughter was watching the... Right, I said that. Yes, this was rude, and I laughed. My mom told my daughter to help pick up the mess because she helped
She'll help her.
cause it.
So the grandmother agrees.
My daughter refused, saying it was Lynn's fault because she left her kids running around like animals. My mom said we could all leave because we had no respect for her or her house. My daughter said she wouldn't be coming back until her grandmother and aunt respected her. I took my kids home. My mom thinks I should punish or talk to my daughter and make her apologize, but I won't. Don't think my daughter did anything wrong. I don't think my daughter did anything wrong, and it's Lynn's fault for not watching her own brats. No. Dealing with your daughter mouth, your daughter was rude. And I feel as though she only felt rude because you spoke about your sister in that way to her. She herself is a child. Not saying that what she is saying is wrong. I'm saying who's delivering what she's saying is wrong. That's not child's place. I feel as though if you didn't want your child to be watching Lynn's children, make sure your children with you. Make sure your children not around. If you understand what I'm saying, that is also your responsibility. I don't know if I'm watching it wrong. However, I feel as though some people, because I experienced this yesterday in the bank, and I understand that kids probably I am not with a child. Probably that's the case. But I feel as though I grew up around enough kids. I grew up around enough cousins who were younger than me, and I never saw like displays like that. I don't understand how we're in the bank and this child is walking all over. Nobody knows who this child belongs to. I don't understand that. So, with that being said, Lynn, I agree with your brother. The child is your responsibility. You can't just expect the other children around who's supposed to be having fun and being a child, parents and your children. No, that's not their responsibility. If you didn't want to watch your children when you're going out to line, get a babysitter. Take it away.
So I kind of see the two sides to it, because especially when there is like a big age gap, you tend to see, let's just say they are cousins, right? But sometimes they're siblings with huge age gaps where parents assume or they leave the responsibility on the older sibling to not necessarily parent, but be the babysitter, which I personally find is unfair. I feel as though if I ever have, my son is already big. So if I ever have another child, there's a huge age gap. And I don't think I would ever want to be like, oh, could you please watch so and so and so? I don't ever want to put him through that because I feel as though you're taking away from
their experience,
their childhood. Of course, as an older sibling, you would obviously want to look after your younger sibling, but I don't want them to feel as is an obligation. They have to do it, right? In this situation, I feel as though the aunt is clearly wrong. You cannot assume that because you leave the room, she is going to watch your child.
Intentionally doing it.
This is how kids, toddlers, die. You hear about situations where, well, Jane was watching them and Jessie was watching them and Jack was watching, and then the child drowned in the pool because nobody was watching them. At the end of the day, your children are your responsibility. So you sit there and you watch your children, especially if you know, you obviously know what type of children you have. Some people know that if they leave the child here, they're going to pick up a penny and stuff it in the mouth or stuff it in the nose. Some people know that the children not going to put things in the mouth. You know your child going to pull down the tablecloth. Some people know, okay, I can leave my child. But if you know that that is what my child is going to do, take your children with you. I don't agree with the part where you say that the older children should have been with the mother. I feel as though they're going across by the grandmother. They should be allowed to be wherever they want to be.
No, they should be allowed wherever they want to be. But with the situation that the father having with the sister,
yeah, like
I feel as though he kind of left it with the child, especially the way how he probably talked to the child about his sister and him expressing how he feels to a child. It enabled her
to have that
outburst, right?
Yeah.
But I feel as though to prevent that, he should have known, okay, where's my kid? And seeing that, your sister reach, seek your children and pull them away from where you think your sister going to drop her responsibilities.
Yeah. I agree with that. I feel as though maybe he should have had the conversation and said,
with his sister,
here's what, my children are here. You know how your children are. Check them now. Check them.
Even self, my children are not watching your children. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
They are enjoying themselves.
However, my son has watched his little cousins. I don't think it was like he was
wasn't obligated.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I'm not saying that there wouldn't be times,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there wouldn't be times that they may have to throw a little eye on them, but again, you have to know your child. Somehow you just know.
Yeah, you would know whether you can or cannot. If you have like a demon spawn child, like no.
And you have children, you can't just drop them anywhere because you're in family home and you go online. No, you have kids. Again, you have a responsibility. You go into old talk. Throw an eye on your children. Throw an eye on them.
Yeah. And, okay, granted, she left the child with the niece. I feel as though, as the adult, you need to take accountability. Yeah. You were wrong. The grandmother now inputting and saying, okay, she was, what? No, that's...
ridiculous.
She didn't make the kids. She didn't make the kids. So she don't have to watch them. That's unfair to the
totally
girl.
Unfair.
That's unfair.
Totally unfair.
But I do think she owes them an apology for the outburst because
the child.
Yeah,
she was rude.
She owes them an apology. However, I feel as though it goes both ways, that they also need to take accountability. And as adults, they're probably going to find it hard to apologize to a child. They're probably going to find it real hard. But take some sort of accountability and say, here's what. I know that it wasn't your fault and it wasn't your responsibility. Even if you don't say the words, I'm sorry. Say, it wasn't your fault. I should have been there.
I think it's very important to say you're sorry.
I don't
think you should butter,
but
dance
a lot of adults don't want to apologize to children. They don't.
Yes, I understand that fully well.
They're going down die hard.
It damages a child with not showing a child how to apologize, how to take accountability from when they're wrong. That is something that carries into adults. There are adults among us who cannot take accountability for their shit. That's what they were taught. Apart from their personality, that's what they're taught. Point blank period.
Size.
We have one more to test, but I guess we could test this over on Patreon. So last thing up on the docket is, guys, this is part of the pop scoop for the week. South Korea is paying people $38,000 to find a husband/wife. Faced with the world's lowest birth rate, South Korea is introducing financial incentives to address its demographic crisis. In Busan's Saga, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Correct me if I did or didn't. District, a new program offers residents up to $38,000 to date and marry, encouraging couples to tie the knot. This initiative is part of a larger strategy aimed at reversing the country's population decline, which has reached a critical stage with the fertility rate falling to just 0.72 children per woman.
I am laughing in my mind because I feel as though they need to do the opposite in Trinidad. Like, pay people to not make children anymore. Just stop. Stop, sis. Stop. It's time to stop. But that is crazy to know. Like, people are more, they're more focused on their careers and whatnot across there. They're not even interested in dating. Understandable. Yeah, why go through any stress or whatever? They focus on their career. They live.
Which would you rather? Someone who's not focused, who's more focused on? Obviously, this is granted that there's no balance, right? Balance is not the option. Obviously, balance is something that we would prefer, but we taking balance out. Do you prefer someone who to be around, not in a relationship, just in general? Someone who is, people who are more, like as a country, like how they're talking, people who are more focused on, careers and stuff, or people who just making babies or having babies and can't support them?
Well, I would obviously prefer a country where people are just focused on work or whatever, but
and when
the population is going to die out. Yeah, but
because that's where it is. Like, it have certain places. Like, I feel probably Trinidad, probably the States, maybe or maybe not, because UK, maybe or maybe not. I'm not quite certain, but I feel as though it have a lot of people who. This is not like one, We're not talking about like one, like a guy has one kid, a woman has one kid. We're talking about people who actively pick up the role continuously. They get with one person, they pregnant by year one. Get with the next person, they're pregnant by year two. And by the time... Or that's for the woman or this guy, he impregnate this girl, he impregnate the next girl, he impregnate the one down the road.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. That's not for me.
I don't think it's for anybody in our friend
group. Yeah. Sometimes we know things happen and you feel as though this is it. I'm in love. This is it. But no, at some point you have to realize when to stop. Yeah. Just stop. It's fine.
So I think, probably I agree with you. We need the opposite.
Yep. Pay them $38,000.
Stop. Halt.
Nah, but
anyway, guys, we're closing off today with a nice little affirmation of the week, which is, I am surrounded by love and positivity, and I attract abundance into my life. I am surrounded by love and positivity, and I attract abundance in my life. That's it for today's episode. See you all Sunday for our fellow patronites. Catch y'all next Wednesday or Sunday. Bye, guys.
bye.